Hi, Gemini, and welcome to your Past Lives and Soul Contracts Tarot reading. I'm going to start your reading off by rolling the dice here to get a little bit of information about energies from the past life that's coming through in this reading and how it's impacting you in this lifetime. So let's begin. All right, so for karmic debts that must be paid this lifetime attached to this past life that's coming through, you have three. So this could come through certain circumstances or different relationships. So there's three karmic debts that are coming through quite strongly, and that doesn't mean that's, the only karmic energy you're dealing with. That's just for this reading. There's three very strong energies coming through. Now, here we have your soulmates for this lifetime. And these are soulmates that you had in this lifetime that's going to come through in this reading. And we have two. So there's going to be two very significant soulmates that walk with you this life journey. And this could be friends, family, romance. All right. It's just two people in this lifetime are going to feel like home when you are around them or when you meet them. There's just a very special connection. And that's because you guys go way back. And now we have the heart chakra, and a 5 is showing. So this means in this life journey, there are 5 people that are going to steal your heart, Gemini, that you are going to have romantic love for. Now, that doesn't mean you will only have romantic love for 5. It just depends on how many people you date, but there's going to be 5 romantic relationships that are very significant to this life journey, and I do believe one of them is really going to stand out from the other 4. All right, now we have a 3 coming through for your soul lessons that you're working on this life journey. If you can see that properly because of the lighting, there you go, you can see all 3 of them. So you have 3 soul lessons that you are working very diligently on this life journey, and that might be attached to these 3 karmic debts. So let's get right in and pull a card and look at this past life that's coming through that is significant for what is happening in your life now. Okay, challenges, blocks, fears, negativity, betrayal. So this is energy you were dealing with in the last life journey. That's significant to what's going on now. So it was a lifetime where you experienced many, many challenges, but with challenges like that, that means a great deal of soul growth and evolution was achieved in this last life journey. So let's pull some more cards. We know you didn't have it super easy. So why was that? Okay, so freedom, servitude, starvation, and fear. All right, Gemini, this last life journey that's coming through, you really went through a lot of struggles and a lot of different circumstances that, weren't easy at all. I'm just trying to really tap into these energies. With that freedom and servitude, what I feel about that is just what you were born into, like the family or where you were born in the world. It feels like it was more of a poverty type of energy that you were born into, and so you always kind of felt enslaved to the circumstances in which you were born into. This isn't like choices you made throughout your life that put you in bad situations. It's like you were born into this. And with fear coming through, there was a lot of instability and uncertainty growing up for you as a child, and starvation. There could have been, you know, periods of drought, and it doesn't have to just be that it impacted your family. This could have been a whole group of people that suffered this, you know, these droughts or this really heavy oppressive energy. And, you know, in these past life reads, when this heavier energy comes through, I don't really like to dig into too many of the details specifically, because it's just, it can be very triggering. And so what I feel about this life, Gemini, you received so much soul evolution because you lived in oppression, you struggled, you went through a lot of periods of lack, starvation at different points, okay, and you lived in a lot of fear, and this is just like where you were born into, and that's not, it's not just you, it's like everybody kind of had very similar circumstances, and you know, there was a lot of challenges that you did face. So let's pull some more cards. And seeing this come through, Gemini, there is a big flip of the wheel that comes through where you have a return of energy that is like abundance and reward, big time. All right, we have baby. So you may have been like orphaned. Now we have angels and scribe and writer. Okay. So I do like to see this angels coming through. That means that you had a special connection with the angelic realm, okay? And with the baby coming through, I feel like you were, you know, put up for adoption or maybe even orphaned just because of the circumstances, you know, in which you were born into. I feel it very, like, poverty type of situation. And so, you know, your parents, your mom, your dad wanted you to have a better life, but I just don't think it worked out that way. And, you know, whoever raised you to be religious, so you definitely followed a religion, and that may be very special and significant to you in this life journey, because I feel that faith, that belief, what you were taught by the people that raised you is what got you through every single challenging time, every tough circumstance, the drought, the starvation, the lackful periods where you really just barely got by. Your faith and your connection to the angelic realm is truly what got you through, and there was a magic about you. You really kept people inspired and keeping their faith through the struggle, through the poverty, through the hard times. And scribe and writer, you know, I feel that you received messages from the angels, and you know, you kept a journal or a diary, or you wrote some sort of publication that other people saw. And this wouldn't be like, you know, you were a journalist at a newspaper. It wouldn't be like that. It feels more primitive than that. But your word held weight. It absolutely held weight because you were a very spiritual being, and you were just born into some really tough circumstances, and the evolution that you received in this life journey is unmatched. And I feel this particular lifetime, there is a lot of reward that comes to you for the sacrifice that you endured during this life journey. I mean, you're represented as challenges, and it says blocks and fears. You have fear right here. There was just so much uncertainty that you faced on the daily. And some of you, maybe in this life journey, you have some different phobias, or you know, an odd relationship with food, like maybe you don't feel comfortable, or you get some anxiety if your cabinets aren't always fully stocked. All right, any sort of issue with food, it has a lot to do with this life journey, and just there was not enough, more than there was enough. And you, I feel like you lived a very long life, actually. So let's pull some tarot and go deeper. You could also be somebody that just wants to like feed everybody. Okay, so we have the High Priestess in this position. So yes, you were very spiritual. You definitely connected with the higher realms with the High Priestess in that position. And look at what sits right next to her, the Hermit. And in this position, the Hermit is preaching the word, speaking the word, leading people, uplifting people, inspiring, bringing forth wisdom. Yeah, you lived a very long life, okay? There was just something about you where you were more hardy, like you could handle the droughts and the starvation and the periods of intense challenge much easier than others, and it's because of this beautiful connection that you had to the higher realm. And again, people listened to you. Your word held weight. We have Justice in this position and the Two of Cups. All right, so with this coming out, Justice in this position is when there is betrayal, and we do see betrayal right here. And where did that betrayal come? It happened from somebody that, you know, you really cared for. This would have been like your romantic partner, or this could have been, you know, a business partner, or like somebody who is very near and dear to your heart that you absolutely trusted. They betrayed you with Justice in this position. And, you know, we do see that, but we have this sitting on the angels. So even though this took place, it did not shake your faith. It did not rock you. You continued on forward. I really do feel like this was romantic, and I don't think you had another romantic encounter after this betrayal, like you just gave your life to the service of others. All right, we have the Six of Cups and the Four of Swords, and this is coming out on the Scribe and Writer. Your word was definitely, it held weight, and you know, you offered a lot of wisdom about you know, how to take care of yourself, because this is all about rest and recovery and recuperation. And then, you know, the Six of Cups is like in this position, in this particular deck, it's like an endless work of love, a labor of love. And that's what you did. You offered that, you know, to your community, to your family, to everybody that knew you. You were very significant, predominant person and figure in this journey, even though the situation in which you were born into and lived most of your life through was of oppression, of you know, drought and starvation, and a lot of struggle and challenge, and had to fight really hard for every single thing that you ever had, including every bite of food that you consumed. You had to work for that. And on top of that, you really kept, like, you were the glue for a lot of people, your wisdom. And just see this wise old man, you know, and here the Hermit in this position, he's learning, okay? But in this position, he's learned, he's gained, and now he shares all that he knows. He brings the truth in the darkness. And so I just see this old man, this very wise, evolved soul being, and that was you, Gemini. Through the harshest of circumstances, you kept like a tribe together, a family together, a community together. Many people looked up to you. And in fact, you know, you could have been a religious leader, like a minister, a preacher of the religion that you belong to, especially with this connection to the angels. And again, because you had this connection to the higher realms, there was like this you know, spiritual fortitude about you that allowed you to be stronger and like more hardy than other people. And that's another reason why people believed in you. Like, you were an elder, they looked up to you, they trusted your word because of everything that you had personally lived through, and just how gentle of a soul that you were. And the High Priestess in this position, you definitely earned rites of passage, major soul evolution achieved in this life journey. All right, let's pull some more cards. The healer. Yep, that's what you were. I am not surprised to see that. The prophet, again, connection to the higher realms. Not surprised to see that. That's why people trusted you. They could trust your word. And look at your tribe. Yeah, you like were the leader. People really looked up to you, especially through these crazy hard times and challenges that you all faced. And again, you achieved a lot of soul evolution. So this life journey, Gemini, there is no question that you are connected to the angels. With the prophet, many of you are like psychics, medium, tarot card readers. You are natural healers. People just being around you in your energy is very uplifting. You are a wise old soul. You sacrificed, you gave your life to spirit this journey, which you at a soul were willing to be born into. The struggles and the challenges that you faced, oh my goodness, the evolution that you achieved is just, it would take a normal person 5 lifetimes to achieve what you achieved here. And that reward absolutely comes to you in this life journey. So let's get into these energies from this lifetime that are present in this lifetime, these karmic debts. And, you know, I'm really surprised to see that just because of how much of a selfless soul you were. So let's just take a look and, you know, see what these karmic debts are about. And I am shuffling the wrong deck. All right, here we go. All right, so we have Seven of Flames, competition, jealousy, old flames, divine feminine of roses, and 10 of thoughts, abandonment, betrayal, and loss. Okay, so what I feel here is this is more about like relationships, different relationships that you had in this life journey. And I'm going to say they were probably romantic. And this here, the divine feminine of roses, I absolutely believe that this was your, you know, life partner, your romantic partner in this life, in this, you know, past life coming through. This is the person that betrayed you. And in turn, I feel that you you emotionally reacted back. So you and this particular being have some karmic debts to true up this life journey. And I feel it kind of goes both ways. Like they did you dirty. I really feel like you were a masculine and, you know, this was your feminine, a very beautiful, abundant, loyal matriarch, you know, the other half that you guys were a whole, you know, yin and yang here. And she absolutely betrayed you. And in turn, I feel you betrayed her back somehow, some way. All right. So the life partner in this journey, definitely there was some betrayal and there's a karmic debt to be evened up this lifetime on both behalves. Okay. And now here, Seven of Flames, competition, jealousy, old flames. This to me appears to be more of like a romantic encounter earlier on in your journey. And I do feel that perhaps you were probably, you didn't do the best by this person, okay? You absolutely did not do the best by this person, but this feels like really early on in your journey. And because this life was so focused on spirit and what you were meant to evolve into, the leader you were meant to be, this energy could not be settled up this life journey, and that's why it's coming in this life journey. And now here with the 10 of thoughts, abandonment, betrayal, and loss. This here was a very bad falling out between you and another person, and this could have been romantic, but this feels more of like a family member or a friend who really let you down. And again, there was some sort of reaction and retaliation on your behalf for their behavior and what they did and what they put you through. And you guys are going to true that up this life journey. So let's pull some more cards and see how that unfolds. All right, so we have the activations totem and the three of manifestations. So the way that this is going to play out in this life journey, the balancing of this karmic debt, is with the activations totem. This is going to come through a person or like situation where you feel everything's lining up and like all directions, all arrows point one way, signs, synchronicities, like everything leading you in one direction for success, but it doesn't really work out that way. And you might, this particular, the way this unfolds, you might feel a little bit upset with your spirit guides, or maybe doubt your intuition a little bit. But you know, this particular situation, there's a lot to be gained, and there is some emotional maturity and evolution to be received through the journey of clearing this karmic debt. And again, it's like everything seems to line up and point in one direction for, you know, the manifestation for what you are looking for, and it kind of fizzles. It doesn't pan out. It's like a big letdown for you. So those of you that know exactly what this is, you know, it may have already happened. Just know that this was a balancing of a karmic debt from this past life journey. Here under the Divine Feminine of Roses, we have the Ace of Activations and spiritual lessons. So this is going to come through a relationship that you have with somebody, and it could be a friend, a family member, or even a romantic partner, okay? But the way this karmic debt is balanced is you're going to go through a lot of heavy stuff with this person, you know, because you have spiritual lessons attached. But through the journey and the challenge that you experience in this relationship, it's majorly activating for you, and you really shift into a different person, into a different perspective. And this situation or, you know, relationship does not leave you feeling as deflated and let down as this does. This particular karmic balance really feels enlightening and empowering to you, and a lot of the wisdom of your last life becomes activated through this balance, and you are much wiser and more connected into your intuition, your soul, after this karma is balanced. And over here on 10 of Thoughts, we have a 7 of Activations and 8 of Intuition. Okay, so this is going to play out either through a relationship or a, you know, situation that unfolds in your life. And what's going to happen here is this is going to be something that you really, really think that you want, and you're pushing for, you advocate for. Again, it could be a situation, a job that you want to have, or a relationship you want to be in, and it's like you get everything you want, just to realize it's nothing that you wanted at all. And you're going to have the hard part of knowing when to walk away, knowing when to say that you were wrong, because it's like this is something that you really push for. And this could even be a person that you really, really defend and believe in, only to find out it's just absolutely false. It's a house of cards, and it's going to be a hard pill to swallow to, you know, realize and say, I was wrong. I've got to let this go. Even though I invested all this energy, I had all this hope, faith, and belief in this. You know, it's a lesson of learning when to walk away, and learning when to walk away before it gets to this level of crazy as it did in your last life journey. So, you know, these are 3 major things that will happen and play out this life journey for you. And again, it will be different for each of you, but it's just a balancing of karma. And this will be a very significant relationship, this life journey. And again, you're going to be all the wiser for it because you receive major activation. So let's go into these 5 different heart, actually, yeah, we'll go into these 5 different heart connections, and see these romantic loves of this life journey that you experienced in a romantic way this past life. Okay, that's why they're coming through, is there's unfinished romantic business between the two of you, a lesson, you know, a soul lesson to be learned, and it's not really holding a heavy karmic debt to it like the others that we saw in that first dice there. So let's see your heart connections. All right, so we have solo journey, dark night of the soul, reflection, soul searching. So this right here is going to be a relationship that definitely, put this closer so you can see it better, that definitely tests you. That is for sure. Next is divine feminine of thoughts, honest, intelligent, and talented. This looks to be like this is very positive romantic connection. Six of thoughts, freedom, moving on, transition. This may be more of a rebound type of relationship that you get involved in after a breakup, a heavy breakup that you have. Next out is the messenger of roses, invitation for building future plans. And lastly, ooh, look at that, twin flame, aligned, divine union, true love. Yeah, I had a feeling out of that 5, one of them was really going to stand out. So there you go, right there. So what do we have here? As far as relationship energy, this solo journey, this could be a Virgo that you deal with, but this is going to be a relationship that really challenges you in this lifetime. And, you know, with Dark Night, just the things that happen and play out is truly to help crack you open, to activate you, to reacquaint you with your soul wisdom that you earned this lifetime. So this relationship is really going to grow you and expand you. This feels like it comes earlier on in your life journey, and you could be with this person for many years, or this could be more short-lived, but this relationship is very significant. And once it's over, I do see you going through a period of sadness and maybe some depression, but through that process, it's like a dark night of the soul, and you awaken and you activate, and you just become somebody else. And then the next relationship that's coming through could be with a fellow air sign, a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, but this, it feels like somebody who's older than you and more established in life when you guys get together. But this is somebody who, you know, is very honest, blunt, straightforward. You can trust what they say. They're not super emotional, you know, they're more, you might even, this energy feels even like a little bit cold, but it's not that they lack emotions. They're just not a super touchy-feely type of person. They're more intellectual, and they're very intelligent and very goal-orientated. And again, they're older than you, and you might learn a lot about like business or just life in general from this person. And then here, with the Six of Thoughts, this is a relationship where I feel is more of a rebound, whether it's a rebound for you or it's a rebound for them. Either way, you know, we're looking at the people that you have deep romantic love for this lifetime. And so this just feels like a kind of a wrong timing type of connection where you guys have a lot in common, you really enjoy each other, but it's like somebody's not ready for a full-on commitment. Somebody's not over an ex in this relationship, and that's ultimately why this relationship ends. And then here with this messenger of roses, invitation for building future plans, this is earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and this here is a very significant and serious relationship in your life. This could actually be somebody that you marry or you have children with, or you guys live together. This is more of a long-lasting connection, but this is not your one, because we see twin flame right next to this. But this is a very serious relationship, more so than these other three. This first one feels very serious to you just because of when it comes into your life and, you know, all that it activates and changes for you. But by the time you meet this person, this is the most significant relationship you've ever had. Again, you guys get married, you have children, or you are together for a lot of years before it ends. And the reason why this doesn't work out, this one here, is more of a preparation to really smooth out all the edges for this, the twin flame, the true love, your divine union. Okay, so you do have a twin flame this life journey, and this is your one. So let's pull some more cards. All right, so Five of Flames, conflict, power struggle, thwarting. That is a, you know, big issue that you have with this first relationship. Divine feminine of thoughts, messenger of flames, stimulating messages or desires revealed. So this particular relationship really kind of teaches you the ropes. This person is older than you or much more experienced in many different facets and really teaches you a lot, like about the world, in the bed, you name it. Okay, this is like your teacher right here. Under Six of Thoughts, we have the divine masculine of roses, devoted, patriarch, successful. So a lot of earth energy coming through in your reading. This right here, I'm kind of getting the sense that this relationship, like you're on the rebound more than the person you're dating, and they are ready to give you their heart and soul, but it's like you're not over an ex when you get with them, and so it just causes issues. And once you finally heal from the ex, you realize that this person is not where you belong, even though they're offering you the world. Now, under the messenger of roses, we have the Seven of Thoughts, gaslighting, ghosting, ulterior motives. All right, so this relationship, this very significant, serious relationship, it does look like it goes south a little bit, where maybe some dishonesty comes into play, and that might be what ends that relationship. And under twin flame, look at that. We have the masculine flame, enlightened, evolved yang. Oh, that is so beautiful. Yeah, that is a nice confirmation for me that you are a part of a twin flame journey this lifetime. And when you guys come into full union, it's like you both are quite evolved, okay? Quite evolved souls. So let me just pull and see any spiritual lesson that's attached to these. Okay, intuition, spirit guide. So this first relationship, you're going to definitely have a lot of feelings and thoughts about certain things, but you're going to ignore your intuition, and after all is said and done, you're going to realize how right you were, because remember, you are connected in to the higher realms. You've earned that. Now we have manifestations healer. So this coming out, this person really just teaches you about life, grows you and expands you. This feels like a very positive relationship. It may just be that there's no real commitment here, and it just, you know, you guys are having fun with each other. This doesn't feel like any hurt feelings or bad energy at all. Here we have Seven of Activations. All right, this one might end up being a little bit stalker towards you once you like walk away from it. Here we have Nine of Lessons. So you and this love right here, this significant relationship, there's a lot of different lessons that you learn through each other. And again, I feel this really round you out for your twin flame union. Because look at that, for the twin flame union, we have the 3 of intuition, which is a full activation of your third eye when you come into union with that twin flame. So those are the messages around the 5, you know, significant romantic relationships that you will have this life journey. So let's look at these soulmates, and this could be friends, a family member, or even maybe your twin flame coming through in the soulmate, because you had 2 very strong, significant soulmates. So let's pull some cards about them. I just want to give these a shuffle since we pulled a lot of cards. And remember, these soulmates you experienced in this last lifetime that is coming through, they were probably some of your closest allies. So we had 2 cards jump out. We have Twist of Fate, Big Change, Blessing in Disguise. And we have life lessons, discipline, growth, and maturing. So these 2 cards flying out, some of you, this could be a Leo, one of these soulmates, but you know, over here, this feels more like family member or somebody who you can just always count on, like you can always fall back on. They give you good advice. When you're screwing up, they call you out on it. You know, they don't sugarcoat anything. They always tell you the truth. So if they're saying something you don't want to hear or you don't like, you have respect and honor because you know that this person is never going to lead you wrong, steer you wrong, or give you bad advice. This particular soulmate, you know, it looks like there may be a lot of shakeups. So let's pull some more cards. Divine Masculine of Emotions, Awakened, Romantic, Sensitive, the Illuminaries, Destiny, Northern Star, Past Life, and Divine Masculine of Thoughts, Articulate, Intelligent, Sophisticated. Over here, ooh, look at that. We have the twin flame. So this is the twin flame. Wow. I really thought this would be more of like a family member, but your twin flame is somebody who really you can count on, who gives you advice. When they speak, you know that it's not just BS. It's real. It's from their soul. Wow. Wow. Oh, and look at that. And you saw me shuffling. Masculine of Flames right there. 3 of Thoughts, third party, deception, deep sadness. Okay, why? Why did that have to come out? Okay. So the 2 significant soulmates showing up for this life journey. And that doesn't mean there's only 2, but these are the 2 strongest for this life journey. One being that twin flame again, and then this person over here, they're coming through very strongly as a masculine energy. Water and air is the 2 forces, and this person, you know, with Twist of Fate, the way you meet this person, like, is, I feel, very random. Just very random. And, you know, they are a beautiful mix of emotion and compassion and empathy, yet they are very intelligent and astute and detail orientated, and nothing gets past them. And so, you know, this being a very strong masculine energy is this person is either male or this person is very protective of you, older than you, has a lot of insight and guidance for you. And again, it's like Twist of Fate with the Illuminaries. Destiny aligns the 2 of you at some point in this life journey. And it feels, you know, like magic. And almost, I mean, look at this. Because Twist of Fate is 16, the Illuminaries is 17. So we have the Divine Masculine of Emotion and the Divine Masculine of Thoughts. This is air energy. You are air energy. And this is water energy. So this really looks like your best friend or your brother, like your sibling, your cousin, somebody who is very much like you, but yet at the same time opposite of you. One of you very sensitive, one of you, you know, very logical, but there is the essence of the emotion and the intellect in this person as well. So you guys are like best friends, best buddies, and fate aligns you. Like there's a neat story of like how you and this person met, okay, and your confirmation that you guys have had a past life with each other. And then over here, this twin flame is coming through as, you know, life lessons. Could be a Leo, discipline, growth, maturing. You are going to learn a lot from this person, and, you know, what they say to you, when they're talking to you about life, or they're trying to guide you and advise you and be there for you, you can absolutely always count on that. The only thing that freaks me out about this is the Three of Thoughts. There's definitely going to be some back and forth with this twin flame. It's not like you guys are going to meet and then run off into the sunset. There's absolutely going to be just some very interesting energy that plays out between the two of you. So let's pull some more cards and take a look at that. Actually, I want to use this deck right here. All right, so it looks like there might be a little back and forth when we initially meet, with the Ace of Cups coming out in that position. But you guys will get it right. You absolutely will get it right. There will come a point where you both realize the precious gift each other is, and we are leaving something behind. There is this element of sacrifice, of having to leave something behind to pursue this twin flame journey. And now we have the Queen of Swords, so really strong air energy coming through. I feel like when this relationship begins, again, it's like somebody is, you know, kind of back and forth playing games. In this position, it's real love. You can count on it. In this position, you know, it can kind of go back and forth, where somebody is in and then they're out. They're in and then they're out. And then finally here, we decide, okay, what I'm holding in my hands is worth it, and I'm leaving my singlehood, my game playing, I'm leaving all of that behind, which, you know, was a fulfilling life, and I'm going to become this very mature, honest, and wise being that you can always count on every single thing that I say. It doesn't start out like that. Like I said, there's some back and forth, but this is what it evolves into, and it's a choice that is made. Ace of Swords, Ten of Wands, and Seven of Cups. So this relationship definitely will bring with it some challenge in the beginning, but you guys will get through that. You absolutely will. You guys will get through that, and you'll come into a connection again that's full grown, as we see with that Queen of Swords, where there's nothing but pure honesty that is shared between the two of you. All right, so let's look at these soul lessons, these two majors, or was it three? It was three, yeah. Three major soul lessons that you are working on this life journey, and it might, you know, be attached to this twin flame energy, just because we do see some of that crazy energy, unfortunately, but I guess that's just in every relationship, right? Whether it's friend, family member. So let's take a look at these soul lessons, these three main soul lessons for this life journey. All right, lessons mentor. Ooh, man, you at the Soul Gemini, you sign up for some crazy stuff, but I guess if you are a master soul, you need master lessons to evolve you further. 6 of lessons, so that's good. You're going to overcome and move into beautiful energy after you get through this lessons mentor. Intuition totem, awakening your intuition, and you're mastering that. Man, you are spiritually gifted. 2 of intuition, love it. And that's accompanied by the manifestation spirit guide. Okay. So, Gemini, this here is the heavy soul lessons, and this is only 1 out of the 3, and this I do feel comes through some of your relationships, and that could also be that twin flame energy where you do learn some heavy stuff this life journey. But once this is overcome, here you are, you move on to bigger and better. A major transformation and so much wealth of wisdom awakens within your soul. And this is more of that air energy. So you have a lot of air and earth energies coming through in your reading. And here we have the intuition totem with mastery. So there are different events that are going to take place in this life journey that are meant to stimulate and activate your intuition, your third eye, your crown chakra, because you're completing some spiritual mastery when it comes to your spiritual gifts. Remember, you are connected to the angelic realm. You have the rites of passage through the high priestess there, and you are completing a mastery of your spiritual gift this lifetime. So those of you that know you're empathic, you're psychic, you're a healer, whatever it is, really delve deep into that and explore it to the furthest detail that you possibly can, because you're meant to come into full mastery of that spiritual gift. And you have a spirit animal that is working with you. So pay attention to the animal that repeatedly pops up in your experience. And now down here, we have the 2 of intuition with the manifestation spirit guide. This is awakening to true unconditional love, where what you behold in your with your eyes takes your breath away, whether you're looking at a sunset, another person, connecting with spirit. This is a beautiful awakening of unconditional love within you, and you have a special spirit guide that is assigned to make sure that you receive this awakening and this activation, this life journey. Gemini, you are a wise old soul. You have been through a lot in this journey here, and you sacrificed a lot, but you received so much soul evolution, and you have connection to those angels. You absolutely do, and you are part of the twin flame journey this lifetime. And it looks like when it starts out, it's a little hairy. I feel that that's talking about right here. So let's just pull a few more cards on that. But once you both receive that, the activation and the deep soul lessons, you just transform, move into different energy, and it's a whole different experience moving forward. Okay, so 7 of thoughts, gaslighting, ghosting, ulterior motives, messenger of thoughts, telepathic messages, and journeys and acceptance, breakup, transformation. Okay, so, this being that twin flame energy, initially it's like you guys just aren't on the same page. But after your initial meeting, you're always telepathically connected. It's like you get together and this activation at the soul takes place and you become connected. And then, because of this heavy energy, this would be the 7 of Swords, that is what makes you go separate ways. So I do feel that you will have a period of separation with your twin flame, this life journey. But you are always telepathically connected from the moment of meeting and union. So whether you are near or far, you guys always feel each other and you do communicate. You still communicate with each other. Divine masculine of thoughts, articulate, intelligent, sophisticated, 5 of emotions, broken heart, missing you, remorse, and illuminaries, destiny, northern star, past life. So yeah, you guys do go through a period of breakup, but a lot of maturing takes place during that separation. And you know, it's like the universe will align you and bring you back together in the right time when you both have evolved into that energy. And you know, when you come back together, let's just pull a card for this. Nine of Roses, abundance, independence, luxury. 6 of Flames, admired, notice, spotlight. And compromise, flow, harmony, opposites attract. So when you guys come back together in union, it's a whole different ball game. You both are very independent and strong on your own. There's a lot of love and admiration, and the energy is very equal and harmonious and flowing. So I'm just going to pull one final card for these spiritual lessons to see where it's leading. Quantum physics and the Mandela effect. Wow. Protected and star beings. All right. So these spiritual lessons that you have signed up for this life journey is to really activate your mind. If you don't know much about quantum physics or the Mandela effect, I highly recommend you start looking into that, because with this, I feel there is some information about timelines, past lives that you have a special gift or talent for. Like you might be divinating past life energy or seeing people's timelines. Very interesting. I've never picked up on that before. And then you are very, very protected from the angelic realm. I mean, this came right out on the angels. You got the feathers there. You are very protected. You meet with the angels in the dream time. And with the star beings, this is you being connected to beings that exist in other worlds and other dimensions. Again, I'm not surprised to see that just because of what you have gained in this past life there. So those are your messages, Gemini. I am sending you lots of love and light. Take care.